Hello, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, kindly subscribe to it. Go to our homepage, click on the subscribe button and stay updated. Here is a question to everyone. Which cricket ground held the world record for the most one-day internationals hosted by a venue until recently in February 2018? The answer is Sharjah Cricket Stadium in Sharjah, UAE. Some of the most riveting ODIs during the 80s and 90s took place in Sharjah. In fact, the mind goes back to 1986 when Javed Miandad hit the last ball 6 of Chetan Sharma. And who can forget Sachin Tendulkar's Desert Storm in 1998. For more than 15 years, Sharjah was the epicenter of white ball cricket, where gladiatorial feats were accomplished by the best cricketers in the world. So how did a desert city in the United Arab Emirates establish itself as the most frequented venue for ODI cricket? Meet the brain behind this revolution, Sheikh Abdul Rahman Bukhatir, an Emirati businessman schooled in Pakistan. Bukhatir was fascinated by the Indian subcontinent and the sport that dominates all other sports in the region, cricket. The Middle East was transformed by the boom in infrastructure projects which were executed across the region in 1950s and 60s, following the advent of large oil spill production in this region. With this economic boom came a shift in demographics, with expats flowing in the Middle East. Blue and white collar workers, including workers from India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan and Bangladesh, earned their livelihood in the Middle East. As a result, demand for cricket was created in this country that previously loved football. Meanwhile, the cricketing world at the beginning of the 1980s had just been transformed by the Kerry Packer World Series cricket in Australia. One-day cricket had become the most widely followed format of the game, and cricketers were able to earn good money from their skills in this format. Bukhatir gazed at the evolving demographics of the Middle East and noted the latent demand for high-quality cricket. Thus, Bukhatir could indigenously adopt the lessons of World Series cricket and address the market for high-quality cricket in Sharjah. For all his intentions, Bukhatir did not have recognition from the International Cricket Council or the major cricket boards for his proposed tournament. He floated the idea of Cricketers Benefit Fund scheme. Cricketers, especially from India and Pakistan, would be invited to play in Sharjah and given purses for their contribution to the game. It is reported that players received up to $50,000, a princely sum in those days. Bukhatir, after receiving royal assent for his idea, went about the business of convincing cricketers to turn up for his scheme. In this endeavour, he was ably assisted by the former captain of Pakistan, Asif Iqbal. His idea of recognizing players from the Indian subcontinent for services of cricket proved very popular among the cricketers. Thus in 1981, an exhibition match took place between a Gavaskar 11 and a Miandad 11. The game was a roaring success. In no time, the Sharjah Cricket Stadium was built and Bukhatir received recognition from the same International Cricket Council. Henceforth, the best cricketers in the world would play in Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Soon, Sharjah became a magnet for celebrity. The rich and the powerful regularly witnessed cricket matches, and the broadcasters made a fortune from high-quality cricket matches, including matches between India and Pakistan. In little more than a decade, Sharjah became the most frequented venue for one-day international cricket. Success for India in the 1993 World Cup exploded the popularity for one-day cricket, which eventually was one of the reasons for success of Sharjah. While people marveled at Sachin's brilliance and his dismantling of Shane Warne in the famous match in Sharjah, observers were increasingly concerned by the presence of one man, Dawood Ibrahim, the underworld Don. Dawood would be frequently pictured at matches, even seen interacting with the players and the powers that be. Slowly but surely, rumors of rampant corruption and match fixing were swirling around.
Moving on, underworld don Dawood Ibrahim entered the Indian dressing room and offered the players Toyota cars if they beat Pakistan in the final of the Sharjah tournament in 1986. This stunning revelation has been made by none other than the former Indian skipper Dilip Vengsarkar. Vengsarkar claims that the fugitive gangster Dawood Ibrahim had walked into the team's dressing room a day before their match in Sharjah.
However, intoxicated by the quality of cricket on show, the cricketing world put these concerns aside and looked forward to the next blockbuster series in Sharjah. Attempts were made to recreate the magic of India-Pakistan matches in neutral venues like Toronto, Nairobi and Dhaka, but none caught the eye quite like Sharjah. In 2000, the then South African cricket captain Hansie Cronje confessed about his involvement in the match fixing and also named a bevy of Indian players involved in this practice. Old allegations and doubts resurfaced with BBC cricket correspondent Jonathan Agnew famously noting in 2001 that he had witnessed at least a dozen or so fixed matches in Sharjah. The Indian public, which had previously shown discomfort at the presence of the underworld in Sharjah, now considered Sharjah to be a major cause for corruption and match fixing in cricket. The Board of Control for Cricket in India swung into action and banned Indian players from playing in Sharjah. Thus, an initiative which began as a scheme to accord financial rewards to cricketers from the Indian subcontinent was effectively terminated by the Indian Cricket Board. For a while, Bukhatir tried to keep the boat afloat. However, with the match fixing allegations bringing the game into disrepute, Sharjah slowly drifted towards obscurity. The cessation of cricket in Pakistan due to terror attacks brought back international cricket to the UAE. To his credit, Bukhatir allowed the Sharjah Cricket Stadium to become the home ground for the Afghanistan national cricket team in 2010. In 2020, the IPL was held in the UAE, with Sharjah hosting several games. It is reported that the IPL would return later this year to the UAE. However, the heydays of cricket in Sharjah are long gone. Sharjah may never be rehabilitated, but its patron Sheikh Bukhatir should be remembered for bringing the game to the UAE and for changing the face of cricket. Thank you for watching our video. Kindly share our content. In fact, we look forward to your inputs through the comments and kindly subscribe to our channel. Thank you once again.